I want to start this week's video with giving an update from last week's video where I talked about I was sick and I needed to go to Ahmed because I don't have a PCP. There was a policy that I had to take a COVID test first, and I complained to my next door office mate who happens to be in patient and family relations, and she called that department, and that's where we were at when I recorded this video originally last week. But then I posted the video Wednesday morning. I came into work and I found out from my next door office neighbor that the policy has been changed. So I didn't need a COVID test to see them. They even admitted that they should have seen me on that Monday. All days confused, but I did go to the doctor last Thursday, and they told me what I had. It's eustachial tube dysfunction, and to just take Flonase and Claritin D until it goes away. It still has this pain, but it's definitely not as bad as it was a week or so ago. So that's good. There we are with that update. What else has happened to me this week? What else is going on? What else is on my mind? I found a new podcast to listen to. I've been listening to the Mel Robbins Podcast, and I think it's a new podcast. I really had no idea who this person was, really. I was listening to the Cathy Heller Quit Your Day Job podcast, and Mel was a guest on it, and they announced that she was starting a podcast, so I downloaded her podcast and started listening to it, and I like it. It's a lot of it's personal development type stuff, but it's not so mystical. You know what I mean? Mel Robbins is pretty tough. She tells it like it is. She's pretty blunt with you. I'll get back to the story in a minute, but like, if you know me, you know that I've been doing stand-up comedy for over 8 years now, and I love it. It's the one thing I love the most in the world. In fact, I think I did a video about it 2 weeks ago, where I even discussed that. So I would love to do stand-up comedy as a career, and I just have a lot of fears about it, and how to do it, and I kind of want to quit my job and just focus on stand-up comedy, but that's not a good idea, I don't think, because I'm not making money from stand-up comedy, and I need to make money because I have bills to pay. And I just think that I need to stop wasting time outside of work and focus more on my stand-up comedy career. I feel like it's been slipping lately. By lately, I mean a few years now. I need to get better. I need to get undeniably better. But anyway, I keep listening to these podcasts, and it seems like all these examples of people who need to follow their dreams, they're almost always comedians. The story is always, all these podcasts always seem to involve comedians somehow. And for instance, on the Mel Robbins podcast, one of her most recent episodes, she was on a Cathy Heller show, and then Cathy's sister, Barbara, did an impression of Mel Robbins, and then Mel Robbins gave Barbara a coaching session right there and there, and Barbara was saying how she was 46 years old, and she wasn't sure if she wanted to pursue her dream of being an actor, comedian, or whatever, and it just struck a chord with me. So like, I even friended Barbara on Instagram, and now I'm on her mailing list. Whatever that means, I don't know, but still, it's just, I'm seeing signs like everywhere. And stand-up is the number one thing I want to do in life. And I definitely, starting tonight, need to focus more on working on my material, writing more material, go out to open mics, even though now the winter's happening and I don't want to drive in the snow. So maybe I won't do it on the days that it's snowing. Snow is like a legit excuse. I'm not going to kill myself in a winter storm to drive to an open mic. But like, you know what I mean? Just like, if I'm not at an open mic, I should just write. I should write funny stuff every fucking day. I want to rework my material all the time. And I have my old material, which I hate. I hate my old material, and I need to reinvent it, reframe it, rework it, remix it. I don't know, something. I just need to work on it and just get so much fucking better. I'll be so undeniably great, undeniably good, that people will have no choice but to book me on their shows. I just keep seeing signs everywhere with what I should do, hearing things. And Barbara Heller, I chatted with her like very, very briefly on Instagram, and I mentioned how I want to do stand-up comedy and, full time if I could. And she just said I'll post it here. She said that you don't have to quit right away, but fully commit to only doing stand-up, and it'll find you. And I found those words to be quite profound, and that's what I have to do. It has to be like it has to be on the forefront of my mind. I have to be thinking about stand-up all the time. How to get better, material to write about, what to write about, write better about my material. I just need to do that and get better, so people won't just ask me to drive vans for the comedy festival. They'll actually have me be in the goddamn comedy festival. And that's the bottom line. If you smell what the McTaggart Attack is cooking.